Are you ready for publishing? You've got your manuscript, publisher ready, and you're wondering what to do next? Today, I want to talk about too good to be true publishing deals because every week I hear stories. So, this video is for you. If you've got a manuscript ready to go, you've never published a book before, and you don't want to get trapped by the pirates on the high sea of publishing. So, hybrid publishing, it can be brilliant, but it can also be a trap. Hybrid publishing is a smart path, but only if you know where you're going and you know who you're dealing with. Many authors choose hybrid publishing because it seems like the best of both worlds. More control than traditional, more support than self-publishing. And if you find the right publisher, that is true. But here's the catch. Some deals are just too good to be true because every story, as I said, I hear. I paid for publishing, I got a PDF. They said they were going to do distribution. My book's on Amazon. I've never seen it in a bookstore. It looked like publishing, it wasn't. So if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Pass this video on to somebody who has not been hit by pirates yet. And if you're in that position, stay tuned. We're going to talk about the solution to this. The big overall solution is know the signs and ask the right questions. Because as an author, choosing hybrid is a great idea. You want speed, you want creative control, you want professional support, you're willing to invest, but you also want support, and that's fair. Just don't mistake a sales pitch for a publishing partner. So let's break it down a little bit. Book publishing models compared. You've got traditional, self-publishing, hybrid, partner publishing. You've got lots. Traditional, who pays? The publisher. Who wants control? The publisher. Where it will be sold? Wide distribution. Your royalties? Low. Self-publishing, who pays? You. Who gets all the control? You. Where is it often sold? Amazon, Ingram. But so it doesn't get that wide distribution, but the money you do make, you make the high royalties. So think about this. Traditional publishers, you don't make a lot of money, but your book goes everywhere and you're likely to sell more. Self-publishing, you make more money, but your book isn't going to go very far. And although you make more money per book, you're not making a lot of money overall because you're not selling a lot of books. Publishing versus self-publishing versus traditional. Okay, but what about hybrid? Hybrid. Who pays? The costs are shared. Who controls? The control is shared. Where is it sold? Depends on how strong the hybrid publisher's distribution system is. Royalties? Mid-royalties. Real hybrid publishers share risk, share royalties, and offer real support. Scams charge big money and deliver nothing. So red flags. What do you want to watch out? I can't talk. Red flags. What do you want to watch out for? You want to these vague packages with no real service breakdown. Guaranteed bestseller promises for thousands of dollars. No name distributor. Oh yeah, we'll distribute it. It's on Amazon. That's distribution. That's not distribution. Market support, that's actually just a sales link. That's not a launch, that's a link. So you want to publish without losing control. So you don't want to go to traditional publisher, but you don't want to be alone. You want to find the right partner publisher or hybrid publisher that's right for you. So you can ask, is my publisher a true partner? Do I get to retain my rights? Do I own my ISBN? So true hybrid publishers, they own your ISBN, you own the copyright. I'm going to have some links below, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But hybrid publishers, you approve the final product, and you don't just sign, right? You get to talk to someone, you get to review the fine print, and get your lawyer to do it, and you get to negotiate with the hybrid publisher, or you get to find the hybrid publisher that suits you. So what is a legitimate hybrid publisher? A legitimate hybrid publisher follows the Independent Book Publishers Association publishers criteria. The link will be below for you to check out. The other thing they do is they offer transparent pricing. You know exactly what you're paying for. You know how much, and you know what you're getting for that. A true hybrid publisher requires shared investment. You are on the hook, they're on the hook. You pay part, they pay part. A true hybrid publisher has in-house professional services, editing, design, a real marketing and distribution team. A real hybrid publisher doesn't force you into overpriced marketing or unnecessary upsells. A real hybrid publisher has absolute success stories, authors you can go and talk to, not vague testimonials. Or, you know what I've seen? I had an author, a client of mine, and she was publishing her second book, and she was considering going back to her original publisher. It was a traditionally published book. But she was also thinking, like, maybe I want a little bit more control. I'll go hybrid. And she told me who she wanted to work with, and I went and looked at the website. They had they had images of books that I know they did not work on, with testimonials that I know were not real. And I said to my author client, this is not real. She says, yeah, they've been really pushy. I'm like, yeah, there's another red flag, when they're really pushy. And when they are, and it was really easy. I said, okay, let's look at this book. Let's go look up who the publisher is. So in the beginning of the book, on the copyright page, it says like who the publisher is. And so we went and we looked it up. We looked up who did all this stuff. They weren't mentioned once. Big scam. And so it can be really hard to figure it out. So how are you going to protect yourself and avoid this author trap? One, if you're considering doing hybrid, do your homework first. Make sure the deal is real. Make sure it's solid. Ask yourself, are they transparent about costs and services? Do they have a real marketing and distribution team, not just an Amazon? Can you talk to actual authors they've worked with? Do they follow the guidelines set out by the IBPA? Link in description. Request the essentials: a contract, a detailed service list, a timeline, real book examples. Use the IBPA's hybrid standards checklist, again, link in description, to evaluate their legitimacy. And if you're still unsure, drop a comment or book a call, and I can help you assess your options, because I do not want you to get trapped. I want your book out in the world in a way that supports you and your readers. So if you're unsure, book a call, let me know. And in the meantime, keep writing, keep sharing your stories, because we need your work.